Welcome back to your live continuing coverage of Toy Fair 2015 on BeTerrific. We're doing this with the Toy Industry Association. We couldn't be more happy about that. We couldn't be more proud about that. I'm Michael Artsis. Thank you so much for watching. The big smile on my face is because, I mean, we're like kids in a candy store here. Just going offset for a few minutes, walking around, seeing all the toys is unbelievable. Talking to people about toys, unreal. Adrienne from the Toy Industry Association is joining us. Thanks so much. Talk about the toy trends and where the entire industry is going and shifting. You know, we talked a lot to Bruce Lund before. He's a toy inventor, been doing this a long time, about what's changed the industry since he's gone into it. But what are the toy trends right now?
Well, every year we love being at Toy Fair because this is really where you're seeing the trends for the next holiday season. So stuff you and I are getting to see walking around is really what kids are going to be asking for this holiday season, which is pretty cool. So, you know, a lot of people may be asking you what to buy their kids this Christmas. But in terms of trends, we've been out there for probably about almost a year looking at product even before Toy Fair to really scour and figure out what is going to be hot and what are some of the trends driving the marketplace. So we have a bunch we're going to talk about. One of the ones I think that's just really fun is the dinosaur trend. So you might think, dinosaurs, what do you mean? Why is that new? Well, this year is a really big movie with the movie Jurassic World is coming out in June. So you have people kind of on the dinosaur train, so to speak. Dinosaur
Train's a very popular show. My son watches, by the way.
Exactly.
And yes, you've got a Jurassic World coming out, and we just had Bruce Lund on talking about his dinosaur truck, which I thought was cool.
Yeah, and you're seeing like dinosaur truck. There's dinosaur sand toys, dinosaur plush, dinosaur, even Power Rangers, their theme this year is Dino Charger. So you're going to be seeing dinosaurs everywhere, and it's great for kids who love dinosaurs, but it's just really a fun, simple, traditional concept that is really exploding in a big way.
You know, it's funny because I remember being into dinosaurs as a kid, then I got out of dinosaurs, but I remember being into them, super into them for a while.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they weren't more popular, like in general, like why it didn't have staying power. And I think that this time we're going to see dinosaurs kind of stick around. That's my feeling.
I do too, because you're going to see them in all these different places. So it's not like you're just playing with your one dinosaur figure and then he goes away. If you love dinosaurs, you're going to be able to, even excavation kits that are teaching kids about science and fossils and robotic dinosaurs that you can build. So really, we think 2015 is the year of the dino, which is pretty cool.
I like that. What other trends are we seeing? I know that there's a lot in kid wearables and being able to also track activity. There's also a lot in STEM or STEAM, or we've even heard STREAM with kids. What's going on with kind of electronics and activity?
Well, STEAM was one of our big trends for last year, and we're seeing that carry over. We're dubbing it Smart Play this year, though, because it's not just about STEAM and STREAM. It was really about toys that are encouraging kids in a whole different way to learn. So whether it's educational, and you're even talking for young kids, like really cool building blocks and math skills for infant toddlers, gearing up to 14, 15-year-old kids that are learning how to code with board games, building robotics, stuff that's amazing and didn't exist when I was a kid. So stuff we're really excited about. You know, and then when you see wearables and you see tablets and all those things, always keep in mind that, you know, kids always want to emulate their parents. Even when they're 14 and 15, they might not admit that they want to emulate what mom or dad have. But trends that we see in adult technology and, you know, in mainstream pop culture are always going to trickle down to the toy aisle because, you know, kids want that. And as parents, you know, it really depends on the age of the kid. But typically, you know, we're never going to see brand new technology in a toy just because of the sheer cost of it. So, you know, you're not going to see this brand new cutting edge technology in a toy. You're going to wait a little while till it becomes a little bit more affordable at that price point that mom or dad can handle. But technology is moving so much faster. It used to take 3 or 4 years for that technology to trickle down. Now we're seeing it happen a lot quicker. I mean, there's a toy from VTech that's out there that's kind of like a Zoom Pro for kids. So, I mean, like all these really cool tech things that, you know, you or I may be asking for or going out to buy ourselves. You're seeing kid versions really soon. Great for kids.
I saw a spy. I mean, I always loved this as a kid. I saw a lot of spy kits up there with real technology in them, which was amazing because when I was a kid, you want the spy kit and it was junky. It really just was. But now you've got real working stuff. And I think that there's also a lot with the kids as far as educational stuff in general, which is a really nice trend.
Yeah, because I think, educational is kind of taken on a whole new, since you and I had like flashcards when I was a kid.
Was that a toy? That wasn't a toy.
That wasn't really so much fun.
Yeah.
But, today kids are learning how to program robotics, they're learning how to code, and all of these really cool techie educational things are really, really trending. They're really, really popular. So it's not like you're buying your kid an educational toy because, oh, well, I'm a parent, I want them to learn, and the kid's going to be like, oh, thanks, Mom, this, isn't great.
Right, which is what it was back then.
Yeah.
But so these are different.
These are different. There's the stuff kids are asking for.
I mean, the most educational fun we had was Simon.
Yes.
Right?
Which I love Simon.
I love Simon. And by the way, Paul had a spy kit in the chat room, the IRC chat room. He says he had a spy kit. It wasn't very good, but he still played with it, and it came in a briefcase. And I think that's what we all did. What was your favorite toy growing up? Now I know you're with the TIA and you can't but you can talk about that.
Growing up. I mean,
yeah, growing up.
My favorite toy
I'm
here
not asking
was.
you now. I'm asking you growing up.
I was a Barbie girl. I had a Barbie camper that I loved, and I always wanted the Snoopy snow cone machine, but I never got it.
That's very funny. I always wanted those things that you could make ice cream or snow cones with. And it's funny, I didn't do Barbies or anything, but it always looked like a lot of fun, that Barbie Jeep beach car thing with the Barbie house.
Yes.
I was into photon, laser tag. Those were really cool.
Yeah.
And so it's really cool to see also some of the nostalgia. I think there's a little bit of nostalgic stuff coming back in toys. Is that a trend right now?
That's a trend we see every year, which is a trend that we all kind of get excited about. So there are a lot of really cool toys celebrating anniversaries or kind of being reintroduced. Lincoln Logs, for example, they're 100 years.
Wow.
Thomas the Train is 70 this year, which surprised me. I didn't know he was around for that long.
But Thomas the Train shows no signs of age. It's unbelievable. The only signs of age I can say is when I watch the older episodes with my son and the trains aren't animated.
Yes.
That's a little hard for him to watch being a younger kid. But the toys are there, the game, the playing, the cartoons, it's all there. It's amazing. And I love the huge Thomas blow up that we got to get a shot of that at some point in the show.
Cool.
There's this huge Thomas blow up when you walk in to Toy Fair. It's this huge balloon. It's almost like a float for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade here with Thomas.
I know. And also Strawberry Shortcake is back in a big way. That was when I was a kid. I played with Strawberry Shortcake. Even these Care Bears that interact and sing with each other I saw before, they're awesome. So
a lot of bear talking stuff. Teddy Ruxpin was huge for me.
Yes.
And it seemed like there's a huge gap between Teddy Ruxpin and today. There was not that much in my mind in the toy teddy bear talking world, and now it's exploding, I think.
Yeah, I think, it's always fun when you see these toys that come back, because, see how excited you and I are getting?
Yeah.
And then, we're going to buy it for our kids, and you bring it home. And, I mean, for kids that get it, it's hard to imagine that, you were ever a kid, I was ever a kid. We're parents. So when you could tell your child, hey, I had that when I was a kid, I played with it, it's a pretty cool experience.
It absolutely is. I like doing that, actually. I played with this, Jack. I had this.
Yeah.
And the Popples are coming back.
We got excited about that too.
I would imagine. But what about the wooden toys? They seem to be making a huge comeback. Is that a trend that's just exploding as well? Because it seems like there's wooden toys everywhere I turn.
Yeah, we talk about the open-ended play and the creative play, and the wooden toys definitely fall into that trend. There's those classic timeless toys that really stand the test of time. I may have had them, I can pass them down. But I think what's important about those types of toys without a lot of those bells and whistles is that you're really giving it to the kid to imagine and create. So when you're giving a kid just, that toy is kind of like the tools of play, and you can see what every kid is going to do with it is going to be really different. So although there are times for everything. There are great educational toys, games where you need to follow rules. They're a lot of fun too. But there's something to be said for that just traditional, classic, whether it's wood or, made of another material, but just a regular toy, and you can hand over to a kid and see what they create and imagine.
I like that. And I think it's so true. I think a lot of these cooking toys are making a comeback too.
Yes.
Remember the Easy Bake Oven? I don't know. It was kind of like, I'm not sure. I'm not going to say I wanted to love that thing, and I think everybody had it, but it wasn't that lovable, ultimately. It was lovable in theory, and now it seems like you loved it. It took 8 hours to cook one cookie, though. But it was a great concept. And now you've got a lot of these cooking toys, not only stuff that cooks, but also stuff that just is wood or modular and doesn't actually do anything. It seems like that's making a big comeback.
Well, I mean, it's again, like talking to what I said about trends and just regular pop culture, you know, Food Network's so big, and, you know, you're seeing all these like cake shows and cupcake shows, and so kids are emulating that at home. So there is actually a toy here that is actually a Girl Scout cookie oven, so you can actually bake your own Girl Scout cookies. So that's kind of cool.
Yes, absolutely. That's very cool. I like that idea. You can bake them and then go sell them. You could be a complete entrepreneur.
Good.
Then you could be on Shark Tank.
Or all of this
The
can
Apprentice.
happen here.
Yes, all of it can happen starting here. A lot of the guys in the chat room are talking about the video games. Digital Phil keeps bringing this up. The little arcade, the mini arcade games, and the little Scrabble. Those were amazing. The guys are talking about, you know, Thomas and all that. And of course, we had the Toy Hall of Fame on before, and the Easy Bake Oven is in the Toy Hall of Fame. They're pointing that out to me, that apparently it was a great toy.
Yeah, see? We all have different opinions.
We all have different opinions. I stand corrected. Now, you say it's hard for us to imagine that we were kids once, but you're in the toy industry. How could you not imagine? You got to play every day, have a big smile on your face.
It's not hard for me to imagine.
Yeah,
I think it's hard
for your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe. I don't know. I like to have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like I'm warming back up to toys. I still long to have that apartment that Tom Hanks had in Big. Yeah.
The
and I think
piano.
we got the trampoline outside, so it's possible I might be able to do that in the future.
Yeah.
I saw that's a really cool. You know what I liked about that? I was talking to the guys. It's innovative because it's not. There aren't the springs that you worry about the kids hurting themselves. There's it seems like safety's a really big concern. It seems like it's somewhat affordable, and you don't have to have a huge space to put it in. So there's this new trampoline and it's walled in and stuff like that. Very cool.
It's really cool. You know, that's the one thing you'll find here. There's really something for everybody. So
and innovation.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, that's what the industry is all about. We have to stay fresh. You have to stay innovative because, you know, today's kids are exposed to so many different things. So
How did you get into the toy industry?
I got very, very lucky. I have a really cool job. I get to scout thousands of toys all year long.
But how did you get into it?
I just started. I was in PR, and then I ended up working at Scholastic, so I did children's property, and then I kind of started working at TIA, and the rest is history. It's been about 10 years, and it's been amazing.
Just going to the office is so amazing. I mean, you guys are like, hey, you want some fondue? I'm like, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, we're making chocolate fondue.
I mean, my desk is filled with different toys. I pick up, I play.
We're playing with robots and basketballs. Are robots making a comeback?
Robots are really, really big. Whether it's teaching kids to program robots or just robotic toys, robotic pets are even really, really big. So you're merging that nurturing play pattern with, you know, like pound puppies are back. There's so many things.
Did that really start with Tamagotchis or Tamagotchis or whatever they were? Because you had to take care of this little pet, and it was all.
Yes, and those are still around too. Those
are
back.
they really?
Yes.
I didn't even know that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, very cool, very, very cool.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, maybe even before that they had the dolls that, you know, went to the bathroom and you had to change the diaper and stuff like that. And that was like maybe the precursor, and then Tamagotchi brought it to the next thing, and those were huge. And then now we've got robots and the pound puppies. I love the pound puppies.
Me too, and they came back this year.
It's awesome. That's very cool.
Really
all right,
exciting.
Adrienne, we could talk to you all day long, but I appreciate your time. I know you're busy here. Thank you so much. I'm sure we will see you throughout the week. I think you're on one more time or something like that. I appreciate your time. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with another guest. You've been awesome. We're so proud to be partnered with the TIA to do this live official coverage of Toy Fair 2015 on BeTerrific. I'm Michael Artis. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right after this with a whole lot more. Thanks for watching.